It looks like I was not able to connect my Instagram. This is frustrating. All right, whatever. I tried. Sorry for those of you on Instagram. I tried to connect it. But welcome to the Casual Podcast. We're doing the weekend recap. So for those of you who don't follow or this is your first time coming up, Casual Podcast, we do weekend recap, which is basically the stuff from last week towards the end. And then on Friday, we do the week recap. So the weekly recap is on Friday, the weekend recap is on Monday, and it's kind of between those 2 days we should catch all the days. So, all right. This is what it is. This is what they tell you to do. You're supposed to just start. Just start, and over time you will get better and you will figure it out. So, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. Thank you for pulling up. We are going to be doing a anime review. So basically all the anime that I'm watching, Solo Leveling, the Apothecary Diaries, Sakamoto Days as well, which was a lot of fun. And also we're going to be talking about some of the things. So what I'm basically doing is taking this platform and talking about the stuff that has been the most, I don't want to say viral, the stuff that's gotten the most attention on my post. So I'm posting every day, and whatever seems to get the most attraction, that's what I'm kind of going to be going deeper into. You know what I mean? Because even though they're not short videos that I'm making online, they're not I don't have enough time to go into um, all my thoughts on the different situations and matters. Also, I don't have an ability to go back and forth, other than going into the comment section. So I hope you enjoy the podcast. If you have not already subscribed or if you haven't followed, please do. Again, hopefully next time I'll be able to get Instagram to work. I do not know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I followed the instructions. It said go live after you hit live here, but it wasn't in the cards for me today. So the first topic is Bill Burr and Elon Musk. And I don't know if you saw this, but Bill Burr has absolutely been torching Elon Musk this last month, and I'm here for it. I mean, I'm just a big fan of Bill Burr, period. Right? Like Bill Burr, I mean, the guy is friends with Joe Rogan. So that's got to be awkward right there, right? You got to think that it's awkward for Bill, who's known Joe Rogan, I imagine, for a long time. It's been friends with him. And a lot of people are dealing with this. I have I'm from Florida. And so Florida to me has always been like a purple state. There's been red or conservatives, and then there's been Democrats. Orlando typically is more blue, but there's red people here. I mean, there's conservatives, there's people who are strong. But after the pandemic, I don't even know if I can't say which it was. It was either it was either Obama's election or it was the pandemic or Trump. Somewhere in that whole like little thing, people started shifting and everything got like really binary. It was us and them, red and blue, and everything was like very aggressive. So like I have a lot of empathy for Bill Burr because you know, they're all comedians. They just want to tell jokes, they want to have a good time. But now some of his friends, a lot of his friends, like they moved to Texas. There's that whole thing, and then they're talking about cities like New York and LA. And Bill Burr is still in LA. Actually his house. I don't know if his house was. I know he was evacuated, but so that means he was affected by the wildfires. It's like he cares about LA, and I appreciate that. I appreciate Bill Burr for not switching it up because you know Joe Rogan was the man. He had the top podcast. He was making money hand over fist, and so it's easy to just be a yes man like that. I feel like some people kind of don't have the integrity to just stand up to people and say, no, that's wrong. You're wrong. Bill Burr is not that guy. Bill Burr is not that guy. Bill Burr is going to tell you if you're full of crap, you're full of crap. And he's calling Elon Musk out. And I love how he's pointing out this whole hypocrisy with Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Bill Burr. So this headline, and I really just pulled something so you could have a visual. But the headline says Bill Burr doesn't get how Elon Musk gives a shout out to Hitler and still has a job. It's to me, it is crazy. Like it's pretty wild. You know what I mean? And you can say he was saying from my heart to yours. I don't care, man. It's a bad look. I'll say it like this. If I was at my job, let's say like I worked at Kinko's or Office Depot, and I did that at my job, and I told him, "Oh no, I was just saying from my heart to yours." They'd be like, "No, man, get out of my face. We're not stupid." So why is it that we like accept such a garbage like excuse? We know what he does. He knew what he did. He's a brilliant. He's a smart man. You know, I don't want to. I want to get. I want to make a whole video talking about how Elon created this whole brand, this image for himself of this ultra brilliant person, and it's like he's not that person. He's a good businessman, and he knows how to make good acquisitions. I mean, he didn't start Tesla; he bought it, just like he bought X. And he did that because he was smart and he attached himself to PayPal, which you might be wondering, well, how does he attach himself? His father's rich. Okay? He comes from money. And I'm not saying that everybody, if you give them money, they'll be successful. But I've had a couple of ideas that if I had some money, I think I'd be a multimillionaire. Like I've had a couple of ideas that I've seen turn out, but you got to have capital. So for most of us in life, we're trying to build capital. And if we're lucky, we build enough to where we can actually go out into the world and start executing on some of the ideas that we have. I mean, everything has a window. So, you know, all the ideas that I had in the past, they're gone. People have either done them or they're obsolete. So it's a now thing. But let's say like Trump, like Elon Musk, let's say my father was a multimillionaire and he could say, "Oh, I like that idea, Brian. Brian, here's $3 million to invest for you to start that up. And if it fails or it bankrupts, then they just write it off. But if it succeeds, now I'm a genius. And now that I have more money, I can go out and start buying other people's jobs or other people's companies." So anyway, I love that Bill Burr gives Elon the business, and he does it in a funny way. He does it in a funny way. He does it in a way to where people, you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. He said, he said that Elon Musk has hair plugs, which I mean, you know, hey man, you know, Bill decided to go bald, so you know, there's a little bit of bald thing going on, like Larry David bald culture. And then he says he has a plastic face, a laminated face, excuse me, laminated face. I thought that was hilarious. I just love that Bill Burr is standing up and calling out the ridiculousness. And he's doing it in a way. And he's also saying, you know, we're all fighting each other. You know what I mean? Like I haven't necessarily lost any friends. I mean, I did. I've gotten unfollowed by friends, and I have friends that I don't talk to over politics, which is sad. It's unfortunate. And then right now, with the gotta love that. And now with the whole the recent Trump presidency, I really have to question some people that I know that voted for him. Now, there's some people I've had some really good conversations. I've been in Florida now for about a year, and I've had some really good conversations with people about why they voted for Trump. And I am not one of those people who's going to be like, anybody that voted for Trump is racist. Anybody that voted for Trump wants to see like black people. It's not always that. It's not all that. There are some people like that for sure. And my thing is like, there's just so much bad in what they want to do. And so does the good that you see or the good that you want or the good that you think they're going to do, is that enough to justify the bad? That's my real question for my friends. I'm not, if I don't know you, then do what you want to do. So that's the first thing. Bill Burr is just an absolute legend for standing up, to people. I mean, like, I love that Bill Burr is standing up, uh, you know, and he's not just gonna go with the flow, because a lot of people would. A lot of what's going on? Why can't I change this? Okay. This is frustrating. I'm trying to change the screen. Maybe now I can do it. Yeah. So I'm trying a new thing. I'm operating for myself. I need a producer. Like Joe Rogan has Jamie. I need a Jamie to like change the change the screen. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is Kai Cenat. So Kai, like, I made a post about Kai because every night I get up and I look and I see, like, this is good enough. This is good enough. Is it good enough? I don't know. We'll see. I might just have to do it like this. I don't know, man. This is tough. This is tough. I don't know why they're making it so difficult. So I was every day I get up and I do like research into what's happening, what's trending. That's how I find my topics. And I saw that Kai Cenat got in trouble for doing a prank. And he walked in on like I've heard it's his cousin, I've heard it's his brother. He walked in on this guy using the restroom and they were filming, he was streaming, and the guy turned out to be 16. So Nike, I read, ended their partnership with Kai Cenat, but I don't know, within the first couple of hours, let's say like 6 hours, some people, a small number of people started saying that it's fake. So I have not been able to verify if this is true or not. I think that it may be true, but I can't confirm it. I haven't normally, if there's a rumor like this going around or something like this and it's big enough, because it's pretty big, it was like trending, somebody will come out and like say it's not true. Um, but what was interesting that came out of this whole conversation is how critical people were of Kai Cenat. And they were critical of me because I was saying that I don't know if it warranted him losing his partnership. Now, people were saying, "Well, you're defending him." I'm not defending him. I don't think what he did was smart or right. I think that people have gotten a little bit out of hand with this whole bullying concept. Um, because I think kids will be kids, and at the time, I think he was younger. He's a young adult, and he's gotten in trouble a couple times for doing things that were not like smart. But I don't think he ever has bad intentions. I've seen him do a lot of good. He seems like a good guy, but people were really harsh on him. You know what I mean? And I'm just thinking about all the creators, man, that I've seen do stupid stuff because that's what they're doing. People nowadays, everyone's trying to get the views, trying to get the clicks, and there seemed to be a lot more grace for them. And I'm just wondering. I'm wondering why. What is it about Kai that people don't seem to have any like grace or any empathy or any like whatever? Like this guy's just trash. Why is it that Kai just gets treated so harshly? I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. It really like made me wonder. I'm like, dang, they really want to see this dude like crash and burn for what? For what? I mean, I think about Logan Paul. I think about um, Jake Paul. I think about freaking what's the guy named Dave? What was it, Dubrick, the YouTuber? I mean, and here's something that's crazy. I'm a massive Mr. Beast fan, but there is so much controversy around this guy. Like working with him, the people that like work for him. There's a lot out there. And then some of the people that have been on his team, I don't know. I don't know. I think that if I do think it happened. So it's not a matter of did it happen, but my question is why is it so black and white for Kai? And everyone was like, it's just so funny to me because like I see a lot of people talking about like protect our kids, right? And then they'll support people that don't protect their kids. If you know what I mean, I got to be careful with how I say things because I don't want the stream to get flagged or anything, but it just isn't consistent. Like, you know what I mean? It's not Kai was not trying to hurt that kid. I don't think he was trying to bully him. I think it was stupid. I think I'm a guy and I dealt with a lot of silly pranks when I was in high school, when I was in college. I participated in some silly stuff, you know what I mean? Like it's am I saying I'm not saying you should do it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying let's stop acting like we're all holier than thou. That's all I'm saying. The Kai Cenat thing was crazy. Let me see if I can get this for this last slide. I really want to try to get this one story because that's what I want to end on. Talking about basically Kim Kardashian, who is getting boycotted. No, not her Beats. Does she have a deal with Beats? Elon. So if you don't know, trying to find an image of here we go. This is the one. This is the one. Oh yeah, I got it, guys. I got it. All right. So Kim K is in a bit of trouble. What, bro? They don't make this thing easy. Actually, it's not that hard. I'm just doing it like the slowest way. So okay, that's what I got to do. I gotta break it up each time. So basically, people are very upset with Kim Kardashian over this. They are very, very upset with her. What? Hold on a second. Get rid of this guy. All right, there we go. Now we're good. So people are upset with Kim Kardashian because I did a photo shoot, I guess. It looks like a photo shoot with the Cybertruck and a robot. I don't know what Kim K was thinking about because I was under the impression that Kim K was for the culture. Kim K was an influencer. I thought she was a Democrat. I thought she was with Kamala. I know she had been seen with Ivanka Trump, I believe is what the thing was, but this was a bad look. This was a horrible, horrible misstep from Kim K. I don't know why she didn't feel or think that this was going to go over poorly. It clearly was going to go over poorly because she presents herself like somebody who's for the culture, and she's clearly not. Kim, I am not a fan of the Kardashians. I don't know Kim Kardashian or her mother or any of her sisters. I don't. I've never met them. I've never had a conversation with them. But I think I've always thought that they are terrible for women. They're terrible for girls. They augment and just change their bodies up surgically, and it creates pressure and unrealistic expectations for little girls, and it also makes them think. Now I'm happy to see Kim in later years do more good work, like as far as her prison reform efforts, wanting to get into law school and those type of things. I think that's great, but in the beginning they just really put out terrible, terrible examples for little girls and women. I mean, the whole BBL craze, I attribute to the Kardashians, and it's just all. I've never been a fan. I've never been a fan of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I've known people, I've dated people who were big fans of it, and it's garbage into your mind, man. Like it's just like you start to think mistakenly that this level of toxicity is normal. you know they're just not good examples of how you should be living life, and everyone's doing their best. I hope, I believe that they're out there doing their best. They're trying their best, but man, they're just not great examples. And so I've never been a fan of Kim K, but I've always known that Kim Kardashian is not for the culture. She's not for the culture. She's not. Her and her family feed on the culture. And so I'm not surprised to see her do a thing with Elon Musk. They're not loyal. The thing that I'm really loving about this whole this whole second Trump candidacy is exposing people big time. It's exposing a lot of people. And you need to pay attention. You need to take names, not to do anything, but just to understand who you're going to support. There's no reason you should be supporting Kim K. No reason. No reason, Elon. No reason, Amazon. And you know what? The thing about it is it's going to be uncomfortable. Like, it sucks to not use Amazon, especially since Walmart is out and Target. Not being able to use Walmart, Amazon, and Target is incredibly uncomfortable. But what did the people in the civil rights times do? You think it was uncomfortable for them to walk, to get off those buses? That's the thing. At the end of the day, if you really want to see change, you got to get off the bus. You got to get off the bus, and it's tough, man. I want to tell you, all of you who are participating in the boycott, I hear you. It's tough. No Walmart, no Amazon, and no Target is tough. I recommend looking into Temu, Shein, TikTok Shop for as long as it's around, and then just go local. Go local. We've been like the whole idea with Amazon is it's kind of tricked us into like thinking we need things, and so now we're getting things that we could use and we could put to use, but we don't really need these things. A lot of the things we don't need, and so we buy pointless stuff. So just take note. Take note of people like Kim K. Take note of people like Jeff Bezos and all the other ones, and see if those are the people you want to support. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Figure out who it is that you actually want to support, because I know I don't want to support anybody that's working with Elon. I don't want to support anybody that's exploiting people, and so on and so forth. And lastly, a little bit of fun. Solo leveling. Now, look, I am enjoying solo leveling a lot. Like a lot. Like it's been fun. What's going on? Come on. There we go. I got my iPad, and I've realized that I can do like a second screen. It's great, man. Oh gosh, I've been messing up. I've been sleeping. Let's get this last will. Where is it at? Jeez, dude. Come on. Oh, I'm tripping. I got to show the doggone thing. We're getting it together. All right, there we go. So here we go. So yeah, so the last thing we're gonna talk about is anime, because obviously I love anime. It's one of my major channels, one of my major things. Move. There we go. A little bit better. Get rid of this guy. There we go. Solo level has been great. I'm getting a little irritated with all the cliffhangers. That's just Brian. That's my hot take. It's like at a certain point, can we not have a cliffhanger? Can we just have like a regular episode with no cliffhangers? I mean, it's getting kind of ridiculous, but man, is it fun. Such a fun anime. Such a absolute fun anime. This week was great. Great fights. Now, because I've really enjoyed it, I've actually gone on YouTube and like looked into what's happening. So I know the entirety. They messed some stuff up. Like for one thing, for Child Hunter, in the manhwa, she gets kicked. And in the anime, he punches her. It still kind of had the same effect, but it was just like, I don't know why they changed that. Another thing, now a little thing that didn't make sense to me is like, okay, She got punched into like a wall, like I mean, obliterated. It was rough. But then the guy gets his arms like ripped off, and then the guy heals him. So I'm like, why is it that this guy can be healed easily after getting his arms ripped off and like grown back, but then she can't be healed? It's like I don't know what was up with that, man. That was weird. That was weird to me. That was weird to me. But I loved how they handled it. Can't wait for next week. This week coming up is going to be absolutely bananas. Like, if you think that solo leveling has been going off, if you think people have been going crazy about solo leveling so far after this next week, I think episode 12, it might crash the internet. It might crash Crunchyroll. And why is Crunchyroll like the? I mean, I that's a dumb question. I know why Crunchyroll is like the go-to. Everyone uses Crunchyroll, so I get it. I understand it. I get it. But like someone was citing that solo leveling is more popular than One Piece or better than One Piece because it has more likes. It's like, yeah, of course it has more likes. One Piece has been on a what, 4, 5, 6 month hiatus, and solo leveling has been absolutely fire this season. So of course it would be better. We'll see. You can't even really say we'll see because solo leveling's going to be gone and then One Piece will be here. The only way you can really tell is if they're both playing at the same time. That's all I'm saying. Which it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't really care. One Piece doesn't have to defend itself. People who try to defend One Piece is like, why? One Piece don't need any defending. One Piece is fire, and everyone knows it's fire, and it doesn't have anything to worry about. And solo leveling will come and it will go, and it will not be remembered. You know what I mean? One Piece will be remembered. Trust and believe. Solo leveling will not be remembered. It's fire for now, and it'll be gone. Just like everyone was going crazy for Hell's Paradise. Now, who talks about Hell's Paradise? Who? Nobody. Nobody talks about it. And it was good. I really enjoyed it. I've watched it over and over. It's one of those things that I can just watch and rewatch. But, now Sakamoto Days was good, but I'm disappointed in Sakamoto Days. It didn't live up to my expectations. And I had none. It started good. I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. I thought it was going to be the anime of the season. Just because I thought that the characters were better. You know what I mean? There was more depth to the characters. But I have to remember it's a gag like comedy. It's a comedy anime. So, you know what I mean? Like I think maybe it's my fault. I was anticipating one thing and it wasn't. And that's fine. That's totally fine. But I am slightly disappointed in Sakamoto Days. I was hoping that it was going to be somewhere between like an 8.5 and a 9. But it's like an 8. It's like a 7.5 to 8, somewhere in that ballpark, excuse me. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait for the second part. But like I really enjoyed perfect example. Kaiju number 8. Not in my top 10, not in my top 25 either, but I really enjoyed it and I can't wait for the next part. You know what I mean? I thought Kaiju at number 8 was a solid 8.3, maybe 8.5, solid 8.5, solid. You know what I mean? Like what it intended to do, it did well and I enjoyed it. Sakamoto Days came in a little bit under that, and I don't know why. I love Marshall. I love One Punch Man. I even love my dear friend Nokatan. You know what I mean? I'm here for the comedy. I love Gintama, but this one just kind of a little bit flat. Apothecary Diaries. Oh my gosh. If you have not watched the Apothecary Diaries, you need to watch this. You need to watch the Apothecary Diaries. I cannot stress to you how good this anime is. And it's one of those ones where I love, the Japanese, the original voice acting, but the dub is really good. The dub is really good. So if you're one of those people who need to watch dub, it's almost done. I think they're about 2 weeks off from when the episode airs to when the dub comes in. But I cannot stress to you how dope the Apothecary Diaries are. And that's all I'm really watching. Dr. Stone's out. I'm gonna wait, let it build up, and then watch it down. Um, there's a couple anime. I'm really trying to finish out my watch list this year, so we'll see if I can get it done. I don't want to start anything new, but yeah, man, it was a crazy weekend. I spent the entirety of the weekend in Lakeland watching my girlfriend's daughter, Skylar, participate in a dance competition. And let me tell you something, man. These dance competitions are serious. These people take it very serious. One lady took it a little bit too serious, but these kids are amazing, man. They're so good, and it's a lot of fun. It's tiring. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was all day Friday, back at like almost 1, up at 9, um, back at like 7 or 8 on Saturday, and then 4:30 wake up on Sunday. So, and then back at like 5. So it's a lot, man. You got to really be committed, but it's if you're going to put your all into something, why not be your kids, right? So I enjoyed being there, supporting uh, Raquel and Skylar and shooting stars. Shooting stars. That's how you gotta say it. And it was great. Other than that, I didn't really do anything. There was nothing. That was my whole weekend. It was just shooting stars at the dance competition. But it was still a great weekend. Uh, and I hope you guys enjoyed this weekend review. The next one will be Friday. That'll be the week review. Hopefully, I might miss it because there's pans, but I'm going to try to get it done. So just be looking out for that. I'll try to make an announcement on Thursday if I'm going to be able to do it or not. And until the next time, everybody stay casual. Peace.